Alright, so big news for Monster Hunter Wilds. We are getting some really significant buffs, but also nerfs in the upcoming weeks after title update number 1, including buffs for the hammer, nerfs for the very expected corrupted mantle, and also layered armor, quality of life improvements, and probably most anticipated performance improvements. So let's talk about that in this video, and without further ado, let's jump right in. We have this new post over from the Monster Hunter main account. We sold over 10 million copies of Monster Hunter Wilds, which is actually insane. This is from launch up until today. And accompanying this, we also have this blog post right here that details more about the future plans. And also on that note, they went in a bit more detail about the tempered Mizutsune. So also in free update number 1, Mizutsune can appear as a tempered 8-star quest, which was already obvious from the trailer, with crucial rewards that will be helpful for our endgame RTN weapon sets. Hunters will need to be Hunter rank 41 plus to take on this hunt. The only question now is it going to drop a bit more RTN weapon parts than some of the other tempered monsters? My assumption is no, it's probably going to be around the same, but 8-star Mizutsune sounds interesting. It seems that it's definitely going to be a challenge. For the rest, you pretty much know the gist of it. Zoshia unlocking in high rank, which we can now go ahead and just take down. Also in the case of Arch-Tempered Raidao, unfortunately, it's going to be the same for all future Arch-Tempered enemies from the looks of it. So they want to feature them in limited time events, like in the case of the Arch-Tempered Raidao, which begins on April 30th and then ends on May 7th. I kind of wish that they kept these on a permanent basis in the game, but who knows, maybe they will repeat these more often as time goes by and we get new updates. But in terms of future updates, we do get another one at the end of May, and this one sounds interesting with some big changes to tempered Apex monsters. So in addition, the updates at the end of May will add the tempered monsters 8-star Gormagala and the Apex predators for each locale. So all of them right here, from Raidao, Uduna and Jindahad, will see some adjustments to make them more resilient, such as increasing HP, resistance to wounding, and tweaks to multiplayer scaling. And challenging monsters will also appear in future updates, so keep an eye out for further information about them, which sounds interesting, especially in terms of tempered Gormagala, which was already rather difficult. It's going to be probably even more challenging in future updates, but I'm all up for that. But besides this, we also get some balance adjustments. As you may or may not know, there were some things broken in the game, downright not working, or others that were just a little bit too OP. Corrupted Mantle being one of them, so obviously this is going to get the nerf hammer right away, but there is some upside to this news as well. So in response to some of the feedback after launch, we are planning to make various adjustments to the game, including weapon balance changes. These will be implemented gradually with each upcoming title update in order to make the game more enjoyable for everyone for a longer period of time. So depending on the content, these changes may take some time to prepare. For example, we are currently carefully considering upwards adjustments for the hammer and then looking at other overall weapon balance adjustments with a goal to implement them either at the end of May updates or the second title update in summer. So you're still going to have a bit of time to actually take advantage of how powerful the current meta is. But I am definitely excited for that hammer upwards adjustment. It seems that hammer is getting some buffs over here, which I was about to talk about in another video coming up later today or tomorrow, discussing the current meta. So it definitely seems nice because right now it's at the pretty much end of like all the speedrunning metas. It's definitely way far behind compared to everything else, even when you account for the hunting horn. So this right now seems left behind. I am glad that they are looking at the hammer specifically with some adjustments. On the subject of unintentionally overpowered things, we of course have the corrupted mantle, but it's not just going to be a blanket nerf. It seems there are some things that will be nerfed, so adjusted downwards, but we will also be adjusting other parts upwards, making for a generally balanced update. So the Corrupted Mantle was overtuned at launch, causing it to build up more damage than expected, thus narrowing the range of options for choosing other mantles. In the first title update, the effect of the Corrupted Mantle will be adjusted downwards, while the other mantles will be adjusted, of course, upwards, balancing the line of mantles to suit everyone's playstyle, which I think sounds really interesting. There's definitely no incentive to use anything right now other than Corrupted Mantle, just for the sheer bonus damage that you get, and some of the weapons get it more than others. Like, for example, I know that dual blades are definitely one of the highest contenders in how much they get out of the corrupted mantle. I'm just curious to see how big of a nerf that's going to be. In addition to this, we also have to talk about quality of life and balance changes. Some of these are implemented with the Grand Hub that we get in Title Update 1. So expect stuff like adjustments to reducing the waiting time when accessing facility functions in each locales. But in the future, we will see more of these adjustments, such as improvements to ease of restocking items, checking skill information, participating in multiplayer quests, and using the secret, and camera behavior during hunts are just some of the things listed over here. But in terms of game stability, this is going to be an ongoing process, so this is your disclaimer. We are aiming to make continual steps forward in the area and respond to critical issues. So improvements we're going to see here include reduction in VRAM usage and an upgrade to the direct storage version of the Steam version in Title Update 1. These should result in overall improvements in stability for our PC players, which is always going to be welcomed. Though it doesn't particularly say it, I think that reducing VRAM usage should also help a little bit with performance. Also, game cycle balance adjustments. In addition, we also plan to do a wider look at overall gameplay flow, which encompasses a range of things such as in-game economy, balance, and other areas. So possibly some of our guild points farming methods may suffer some nerfs in the future, who knows. We are also planning on addressing elements that require more time for preparations, starting with overall game balance including downwards adjustments, so expect more nerfs once again. We will update when we have further information regarding elements that are planned to be addressed in future updates. Now, interesting enough, they did give some more information on some of the other features that they're planning, including implementing fan feedback. Currently, the two missing ones big enough are the creature display and the layered weapons. In the case of the creature display, that's going to drop with the end of May update, so at least there's a time frame for that, but the layered weapons don't really have any of that. So it says just coming out in a future update, which makes me believe it's likely going to be dropping closer to the free summer title update. So that means at least for the next couple of months, we're not gonna be rocking anything but mostly Artian weapon parts, with the exception of a few meta builds here and there, unless they are planning to do some big changes and like improve some of the crafted weapons, which kind of sucks because some of the best looking weapons are the crafted ones. At this point, I kind of got sick of the Artians. I want to go with something crafted. Arcveld really looks nice. There are other options over there that look even better, so I kind of am looking forward to those. Hopefully not gonna have to wait more than the summer update. And looking ahead, we will continue to add new elements and content to make Monster Hunter Wilds even more enjoyable for all hunters through our free content updates. We will do our best to ensure, of course, you can see the message over here that you can go ahead and check out. But yeah, sounds really interesting. This is pretty much it for now. Let me know down below in the comments which one of these changes are you most excited for, or what other changes do you probably plan on hating, because let's be honest, I know some of you are probably not going to like that corrupted mantle change. But let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.